At the end of the last video, I had a big decision to make whether or not I was going to embrace the Counter-Reformation. The reason why I'm thinking about doing this, of course, is because I believe it will remove this religious turmoil disaster that is going to happen unless I find a way to prevent it. And this is about the only way that I can come up with. I just wouldn't be able to convert enough provinces within the about 8 years before that triggers. So I did a bit of research since I last recorded. There's actually a scenario that you can play in 1592. I picked Silesia in that scenario. I loaded up a game with them because they're in a very similar situation to the one that I find myself in. They also have a looming disaster and they're able to take that decision. So what I found is that if you do take that decision, the disaster does go away like it says on Wikia, and I assume in the event files as well. But you're also able to then convert to either Protestantism and Reformed if you're Catholic already. And that actually gets rid of the modifier for the embracing of the Counter-Reformation. So that's what I want to do basically. At some point later on, convert and get rid of the nasty effects that this has in terms of technology costs and idea costs. Now, if I'm going to take this soon, I should probably hold off a bit because I don't want those extra costs. The extra papal influence and missionary strength isn't going to help me out that much. I can't hold off forever though. I've got to do it before that disaster fires. I have another mission on here which I should probably take. Turn Placentia into a city. This is the colony in a new world that I've recently started. So yeah, let's take that. And I've also got a list of things on that I've written down that I should be remembering. Swedish War, I need to start that. I actually wrote down ally the Hansa, but when I've loaded into this game now, they're not very happy with me, sadly. They want Gotland, so I doubt I'm going to be able to do that. It would have been a temporary alliance again. I've done that twice with them. They're currently allied with Poland, so yeah, that could be an issue. Poland and the Hansa going after me. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is improve relations with them for a month, see if I can change that situation. I doubt it, and then we'll start a war against Sweden. Now, my maintenance isn't quite full, so I need to turn that on. Money is a bit of an issue at the moment. I've lowered autonomy in all my Norwegian provinces, so I'm not getting much money from them. I kind of feel as if I should be earning more than that, considering how much development I have, but I've never really reduced my autonomy. I've always increased it, and there isn't anywhere that's -10. I haven't said that. Yeah, but those two have had recent rebellions, that's why that's like that. Yeah, none of them are low enough for me to want to lower autonomy and therefore get more money. Now, if I'm going to be declaring war on Sweden, there's something which I wouldn't mind having. That's, if I can find the right page, a new idea group. I'm going to take religious ideas. I've said I'm going to take this for quite a while, but in between recording I had really had a big think about this. There was a change recently where you can't actually have, I'm not sure how recent it was actually, but you can't have more than 50% of any ideas from one group, administrative, diplomatic or military. So say for example I wanted to take religious and expansion as my next ideas, which I might actually. I wouldn't be able to do that because then I'd be over 50% in that administrative ideas, not that one, that one. I'd be over 50% in that group. So I basically have to take, if I'm going to take religious, I've got to take something else next time round. I was thinking about taking diplomatic because that's actually very useful for me currently. I could really do with an extra diplomat. That's going to be a big problem if I'm trying to integrate Novgorod later on. And because of that reason, I was also thinking about taking aristocratic. Espionage is a bit crap for single players, so I'm not going to do that. So what I'm probably going to do is take religious and then take influence to integrate Novgorod. I'll probably need it around then. Yeah, but expansion would be great for colonizing, aristocratic for the diplomat and the military stuff. It hasn't been an easy decision going for religious, but I really like religious, so in the end I'm going to go for it. It's not as useful as it would be normally for me because I'm the Livonian Order. I get a ton of bonuses that are very helpful anyway. Missionaries, missionary strength I get a bonus for already. That prestige is actually pretty good. What this does is, though, is actually allow you to save a lot of Diplo points. The Deus Vault, if I had used that against Kazan, it would have saved me 80 points. It's going to save me some points against Sweden because I don't have claim on one of their territories. I definitely want to culture convert more later on. That will save me a lot of points, the finisher for religious ideas. So let's take Deus Vault anyway, I've got enough points. Okay, so religious ideas advanced. Divine ideas, so we completed that. To be honest, that's absolutely near worthless. I should probably switch my national focus back to admin. If I'm going to need a lot of admin points, aren't I? So yeah, let's do that now. So I'm not getting much Diplo points at all. Money wise, I've got to do something about that. So I think I might turn off some of my forts. I've got a lot of military maintenance. Well, army tradition I should say, that's what I meant to say. It has rebels. Right, I need the money though, so let's turn some of these off. That's 0.8 for those. That's not actually a full fort. That doesn't have unrest, let's turn you off. Right, I think I'll leave it like that, so that's what, an extra point. That should have been 2.4, shouldn't it? Oh, it only halves them, so it's only 1.2. That will help though. Right, I've done a ton of talking. Let's actually run the clock. Let's improve relations with Hansa. I've recently just released a channel update video on the channel as well. If you haven't seen that yet, please check that out. I think today's video for EU4 on this Sunday is going to be late because I'm recording it now basically. So, right, so let's get going. Brandenburg I may actually want to ally instead of the Hansa in a bit. I've only got 3 relations at the moment. Let's get these guys up here. So what are these? These are cannons. Okay. Okay, so we just gained Casus Bellis. Sweden, Muscovy, Novgorod, Ryazan, Perm, Burn Heretics, and Kazan and Siberia. Right, so Diplomatic Spear. Let's check out this Casus Belli then. So Mecklenburg supports, I don't need my allies for that. Cleansing Heresy, so superiority rather than take a province. It actually looks very similar to the Conquest one, but in reality it's not. It's got a few differences. Now how much Sweden? 82%, so I probably don't need a Conquest for that. Now, someone did mention about vassalizing Sweden, but it's just not an awful lot of points in my opinion. I own almost all of their cores. So usually you would take a vassal to get back cores or claims. I don't need to do that. Denmark might be a better option later on from Hansa, I think. Let's check something here. Hollywood's slightly different, but although it looks the same. This, I'm going to use the next war against the Kazan to actually declare one Lithuania, I think. Pull in Poland and then leave Austria to attack Lithuania. I probably mentioned that before. Let's improve relations to the Hansa for a while then. I'm going to wait until the end of this year and then I'll declare war. Let's get you over to there. You over to there. Okay. There's no rivals I currently want. Okay. Right. These rebels just triggered. And some of them are in Gotland. That's the worst place they could have fired in actually. I probably should have hired some more cogs. I don't really have the money to at the moment though, do I? Yeah, I think I need to buy some more cogs though. Ouch. Wow, look at the loan amount I've got there. So, let's hire some cogs. Get my cog force limit up to level. Actually, the new design comes in at, I think it's level 10, and I'm at 7, so yeah, I'll hire some. Right, let's use the ones that actually have shipyards. So, Ozil. And this province, Nerva, is it? Narva? Okay, my army's actually locked in here now, which is a bit unfortunate. I've no idea if this is the best guy, probably. So, -2 crossing I'm going to get for that. This could be a close fight, actually. Okay, cannon's going to be late. Morale-wise, are a lot better, but yeah, not a great situation really. The general's actually really good. Looks like I'm going to win it on morale. Wow, my troops are getting decimated though. Luckily manpower is really good to near the cap. What would have been if I hadn't lost so many troops in this battle. Okay, so they're defeated. Now I've got to find a way to deal with them. Right, it's middle of May. So that's going to be taken. That's 10 years of separatism. That's a problem. That's one reason why I thought they would have been a good idea. But before they were Gotland nationalists here, but now they switched to Swedish separatists, which is a real pain. I would have preferred Gotland ones. So how's Hansa looking? Still hostile. Yeah, they've been successful. That's going to take... I think these days separatists might be able to move across the ocean now, isn't it? So maybe they could move to Stockholm. Maybe I should move off there and give them an opportunity. That would help actually if they weren't on the island. I doubt they'd move with the army there otherwise. Let's put the timer up. Decadence. In periods of prosperity and peace, while people were happy and secure, there was a tendency for them to gradually become less productive and lazier over time. A stability hit now is not good. So that's probably going to trigger some of those. I do have more troops over there, but they're kind of protecting this area if I get rebellions. Okay, to stop for a minute, so where were we? I've realised that actually taking religious ideas when I did was a mistake. I'd forgotten that this disaster here, that's actually increased the progress. You can see having religious ideas has added 1 to that. I did actually mention that in a previous video, I believe, but I forgot. So this is now happening faster, so I've got less time to build up points to get new ideas and tech before I get the negative amounts from that. So I am a bit tempted to just take it now because I've mucked up my time in a bit, but I think I'll hold off a bit more. I've really got to keep an eye on this now though. It's twice as fast. So what I think I'm going to do now is basically deal with these after I've declared war on Sweden. I'm going to wait until these missionaries complete so I can core up those provinces at 0 war exhaustion, so they're not more expensive in terms of admin, and I'll declare war straight away then. So that's in about October-ish, I believe. October 34. My claim runs out in 35, I think one of these days. So yeah, it should be alright. Yeah, and then I'll kill Sweden, deal with Gotland, get the extra cogs, and everything should be great. Right, let's get this clock started then. So it's middle of June. Let's put the timer up. So hopefully they move across, but I doubt they will. We are how much under manpower? About 5,000, but that's going to recover. What are we looking like there? I don't think I'm going to get that back to positive in time, sadly. Some guys died, but not one we currently have, I think. Or if hired. Spread discoveries. Lost a claim on Berslagen. That province I don't want to take because there's a central reformation there. Probably cause me more... Actually, I'm not sure it would cause me issues now if I've enacted a counter-reformation, because I wouldn't be able to have that anymore. If you have a central reformation, it would add an extra 2% though if that disaster was looming when I actually take it. So, yeah, now I don't have a claim though, so I won't take it. Right, so 2 cogs are done. Let's move them on Ozil. I think I'm making another one on Ozil. Money's really iffy though. So I'll have 10 cogs basically. Okay. So this missionary is about to complete. That claim finished. That's a ±3. That's really close to going over. So Simbirsk just converted. That should lower the... Right, I can't actually core that yet because I don't have an adjacent province which is cored, sadly. So there wasn't much point in waiting, arguably. That one is... Oh no, it's not cored either, so I'm not going to be able to core that one either, really. I think, so I'm waiting for these for no real reason, to be honest. This is unable to be cored either, so let's convert that here. That's 31 months. And since I'm not going to be able to core either of those, I might as well start this war then. So, making mistakes all over the place here, minor ones. Let's... Right, maintenance is on. Let's get to Stockholm. I need to take these provinces as quickly as possible because they're next to the Hansa and I don't want them taking them if they were to declare war. But that's it, actually in the plus amounts now. I'll declare war next month if that hasn't changed, basically. If that does change, then I'll offer them an alliance. Sweden are allied to Mecklenburg, so I might have to go down there as well, but it shouldn't be a big issue. They've reached Ozil. Diplomat has arrived, so I need to figure out which of the Russian regions are the ones I want to go after. So is that province there I need to claim on? I think that's the last one that Kazan owns of the Russian region. So this province is Samara. There's a small chance I can court there actually. I think I'm gonna go for that though. Okay. So they're coming into position. Stockholm, wait till the end of the month. That one was also successful, and likewise I cannot convert that, sadly. Okay. That's gone into Vassland. Right. What am I doing? Right, so let's get a diplomat back. Yeah, let's abandon ideas of getting an alliance with them. Now I'm going to cause a ton of aggressive expansion here basically with these, but we're on 0 currently, so shouldn't be a problem. I don't think they have any claims on me or Sweden. Swedish lands, they won't be declaring war on me anytime soon. Rivals, do I want to take any of these before I start the war? No. We're on hundreds. So let's wait for this diplomat to come back. Religious zeal. Inspired by our belief in divine supremacy, our missionaries have proven to be more convincing in their quiet chats with the unbelievers. So this is a religious group event. Let's get that then. Useless. Well, actually it's not, because it's going to help out with the Islamic conversion. Well, I've only got one now. 6 days time. Diplomat's back. Let's declare war on Sweden. So Hansa can declare war in May as well should they wish, but that's going to be too late by then probably for them. I don't think there's any point to me making Mecklenburg a co-belligerent. They could draw in their allies. I don't want to take land down here, so yeah, definitely not a reason. Bdanga, Poland taking territory there and the whole HRE. So I don't want them. Claims and heresy. That province doesn't have a claim, so this will reduce costs there diplomatically. Should be free. Okay, so now at war with Sweden. Novgorod joins in automatically. Forts, I don't think I need to turn any on. Now arguably I should raise war taxes here. I'm losing money pretty fast at the time being. But this war could be over pretty quickly. You know what, I'm going to raise war taxes. I may even drag out the war to get extra money for a couple of years. Right, let's right, that's the capital these days. So supply 19, 31. That's my best general. Pretty sure of it. They can group up there. Okay, they honoured. So I've got to get down there somehow. Mecklenburg troops, 3. About 6,000. Okay. Diplomats back from Sweden. Now I'm not gonna, because I've started an offensive war, I'm definitely not gonna be able to get an alliance there now, even if their attitude changed. What percentage is this? This is up to 37, so what's that? 3 years-ish. Ottomans. Let's improve relations with these. Okay. Ottomans could prevent me from taking territory off Golden Horde and Crimea because I really don't want them being at risk of joining a coalition. There's probably already enough nations, more than 3 have over 30 aggressive expansion with us, but maybe it's because they're all different religions why the coalition hasn't formed. I'm not quite sure why, to be honest. Okay, so where are you going to? They're going to Smolensk. Actually locked in. Right, when do we get the 18th? Right, they escape by day. This is a really good place to attack into. Probably no river crossing either. No. Delaying this will probably save me an extra maybe 20 points in terms of admin for an idea, and one tank that's 30 Diplo points. It's not a huge point in delaying this, but 50 monarch points, you know, I should probably save it if I can. Right, so we've engaged there. I'm probably going to have to suffer from the results of counter-reformation for 50 plus years before I can convert, I imagine. Kazan. Lithuania declared war on Crimea. Luckily, Lithuania doesn't have a border with Kazan now. That could have been a big issue. So Lithuania is probably going to take a lot of territory here, which is a pain. It means, well, I'm probably going to have at least 2 wars against Lithuania anyway to take the Russian region. A lot of this territory here is Russian region, basically there. So yeah, it looks like 3 wars against Lithuania maybe now I'm going to need. Right. Right, that is 1. They are wiped out. Let's start to siege up and split. Right, that's what I wanted to leave. Right, let's move those guys onto Smolensk. They're starting to rebuild there. Right, fortress is under siege. I've got to deal with these. When's the next cog then? 67 days. So I'll have 10. Can move across then. Let's leave to there. Should maybe do some looting in a minute as well. Navy's under attack. Should have more than enough to deal with them. Lithuania's asked for access and so has Crimea. They don't need it, do they? So I don't know why they're really asking. I'm going to turn them both down. The AI supposedly always leaves a diplomatic slot open, free for the player. So taking those to deny them a diplomatic slot doesn't work actually anyway, I think. If I'm right about how that works. Right, let's... and it can cause you issues if you want to declare war on them if they have access, I think. Or you have access off them. Right, they're defeated. Nice, this extra war score. That's in place. Let's leave Cav there. Let's go to Stockholm, get a general. probably deal with that troop that's being built there. Austria forced out Milan in their war against Ferrara. Königsberg is being besieged. Hopefully that will swing Novgorod into action. I haven't been keeping an eye on these rebels. Those are actually provinces I'm coring, aren't they? So I'm going to have to get him down there in a bit. It doesn't matter if they take the province, so does it in terms of losing the core in progress from previous experience. What generals do I have these days? Just Henrik available, which I think is he was over there protecting against natives. Right, let's take Smolensk. Let's get you over there. Lagen. Let's take care of out there and move those onto Värmland. Yeah, Värmland. Scotland is done. Okay. Engage them there. Out. So every Swedish province is now under siege. Progress, wow, it's actually more than I thought it might be. Still a long way to go there though. Austria just annexed Ferrara, so they have a bit of Italian territory. I think they have Italian events probably linked again in it as well. Okay, we've reached it's done. Let's move there. Cock's done. Oh, that's locked, is it? Right. Right, Navy arrived. Protect trade Baltic. Gather up all these troops in a minute. It's at -7. What am I doing? Money. We're actually making money now, surprisingly. War reps. Crimea. Crimea is probably looting. That's what maybe is causing that. Or it's just bugged. Who knows? Farmland. Right, that's taken. We'll supply here 14. That's taken. Let's group up there. I'll move my fleet in a second. Probably need to move some troops off here, don't I? I might as well just leave the cannons. 1, 2, 3. I'll take out. Cannons should be giving me a bonus, because a big bonus. There you go. So I'm getting +4 from 4 cannons there. Okay. I can only bring 10 of these. Let's turn that off. That actually stops the locked thing, surprisingly. Let's fleet up there then. Actually, how many cogs do I have over here? I have 12 cogs. I have 2 over in the New World. I'd forgotten about that. So I don't have any cannons, which is a bit of an issue. Let's get rid of 1 guy, 2 guys there. Attached there. Move to there. And attack there. So I'm going to get -2 from attacking or land in, I should say.